Well, hey everybody, Grizz Blues Reviews here, and we have hit the what I would call the midway point again of a series here, the second round of the playoffs against the Dallas Stars here, and we're here once again, tied at two. This series, of course, going a little bit different than the last series against Winnipeg. Is instead of both teams winning the road games, the Blues split with Dallas and St. Louis, and then Dallas splits with the Blues in Dallas. So right now, again, it's an even series. It's two to two, and that's really the best way to look at it. I don't think there's any reason to hit the panic button. The Blues, yes, they had a bad game in Dallas, the game four there, especially a really bad second period. And if you go back to the first series against Winnipeg, it was game three that was really, really bad, and they lost. So, but in that game they lost 6-3. In this game they lost 4-2. But of course, though, the score doesn't tell everything there. But if you look back at the goaltending, going into this series, Bishop, of course, I was giving the edge to Dallas. Bishop definitely, is a great goaltender. Has had a great season. He's a proven goaltender. While we have a rookie in Jordan Bennington. At this point, Bishop has allowed 11 goals, 117 shots against, 106 saves. So he has a .906 save percentage. Bennington's at 12 goals allowed, 125 shots against, 113 saves, and a .904 save percentage. So goaltending is really even there. And if you look at the numbers all overall for pretty much this series, I mean, shots, of course, as I just went over there, pretty much everything. It's very close and very even here, which is making this a great series again. Both teams are really making it a great series. But last night, of course, it was tough to see it. Just Dallas really took it to the Blues, and the Blues really, to be honest with you, there was only two players on the Blues team, in my opinion, that had good games. It was Robert Thomas and it was Jordan Bennington. Jordan Bennington, that was not a fault on any of the goals scored against him in that game. But anyway, here we are, tied 2 games apiece, and we're going to be back in St. Louis tomorrow night. I have all the faith and confidence in the world in this team. This team has faced adversity all year long and has come back and has answered the call. And they're going to need to answer the call tomorrow night, and they really need to go up 3 games to 2. I really don't want to see them go back to Dallas down 3 games to 2, but we'll just wait and see what happens to tomorrow night. But again, series is tied at 2, and now it's a matter of who wants to take it over in the driver's seat here, and that we're going to find that out tomorrow night. And some people may think, well, it's kind of worrying here because now it's now down to 3 games left in the series, and the Blues aren't as good as home. Well, hey, they won a game at home. Yes, they lost a road game now, but they won a game at home in the series early on in the series. So you just have to keep looking at the positives in this and don't focus on the negatives. I think too many people focus on the negatives. It's tied at 2 games apiece, and this is going to be a really fun Game 7. And we'll see if the Blues make any more adjustments going into Game 5. Dallas has made some adjustments, and that's what got them a Game 4 win. Hats off to them for doing that. But I think the Blues will come back strong and have some of their own adjustments and be looking at some things. The other thing, too, that I wanted to mention is the Blues are still having a problem with getting the puck out of their end cleanly. And it just becomes more and more frustrating every game. You see it. Winnipeg exposed us of that in the first round, but we were able to overcome it. Dallas is exposing us on it right now. So we need to continue to work on that and be much better and clean that up for Game 5 and moving forward for the rest of this series if we plan to win it. And it's just getting the puck out of our own end. And also the power play. Dallas has a very aggressive penalty kill, and that's what did in Nashville's power play in the first round. So the Blues, they just got to move that puck quicker. It looked like they had a better answer for the penalty kill when they scored that power play early in the last game. But, of course, nothing else happened on any of the other power plays. So, once again, the power play, it shows signs, but it's still not there yet. So, that's another issue too with the Blues, and also the penalty kill. It's been okay, but it could be better. So special teams and just getting the puck out of their own end. But when you really break it down here, what the big difference is right now is it's the face-off percentages. That's what's really a gap and a concern Faceoffs can be really, really big in any game, and especially in the playoff series. And Ryan O'Reilly, I'm not sure if he's playing hurt or if it's just the gas tank is under half full right now. I mean, he played every game this season, and he took a few pretty big checks in that Winnipeg series. So I'm not sure where he's at there. Of course, no one's going to say anything. But, right now, going into game 5, we really need to see some more out of him if possible. We really need to see some more out of Tarasenko. We really need to see some more out of Braden Shen and Jaden Schwartz again. Those guys really need to get going. And also David Perron, quit the after the whistle side bull crap. Just play the hockey game and do what you do best, which is, definitely being an agitator, but while it's in play, keep it without getting a penalty and putting a good shot on net. That's what you do best. And Robert Thomas, he's come to play the last 2 games. I'm glad to see him score last game. He just needs to continue up playing the way he's playing. And that whole line that, Bozak's looking good. And Maroon's been working the puck down low, and he just needs to keep doing what he's doing. Blues are going to be fine. They just got to bring their game to tomorrow night. And really, when you look at it, is that Dallas is really good at scoring off a transition. They're a transition team. They get the puck, they hustle it down the ice. So the Blues, they just have to back check better to disrupt that transitional play, come out of their zone a lot cleaner. And when the Blues are at their best, they're cycling the puck, keeping it in the offensive end, and just keep cycling and just wearing down that D until they get their chances. That's how the Blues score. Dallas really scores off of a lot of transitional play and just their fastest. So really, that's what we're going to be looking for here in Game 5. The Blues and how they're handling the Dallas's transitional game with the Blues defense, how they're going to handle that versus the Blues getting the puck deeper into Dallas's end and continue to cycle the puck and just kind of wear them down. And that's what it all comes down to, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night. But I have all the faith in the Blues. I still think this series is going 7 games. And we'll see how everything's going to play out here in the last 3. It should be exciting. Both teams are really giving it a good run for their money, and it's been a great series so far. So keep the faith, Blues fans. Things are going to turn out. We'll see. So have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you soon after Game 5. Let's go Blues.